Hey guys, what is up? It is Weezna. So this video is going to be kind of quick, but it is a sneak peek at what True Sound Studios looks like. I'm trying to catch up YouTube with Instagram. With Instagram, I can just quickly post a picture or video, and it takes me no time where, these YouTube videos is a ton of video shooting, a ton of editing, and just the whole upload process is just much more involved. So because I've been so busy with not only building the studio, but also building my house, that's where the studio is. The studio's in the house, but we're doing all this at once, which is why sometimes I have to put the studio on hold to go work on some other part of the house. So the video that is following this one will be the video of, how I did it all, how I got to this point. And yes, I did mean to shoot this in vertical mode. This was actually meant for Instagram, but stuff happens. So anyways, enjoy this studio tour. So this is my house. This is what we call our great room. And as you can see, this is our kitchen and the living room over here. But if we come stroll down this hallway, I made all these shelves while I built the entire house. And if we come down here, this is the studio. Now, this is the white lights, so you guys can see what it looks like. Flip this around. So, these are the side walls. And the front, I added this dual 12-inch subwoofer today just to hype things up a little bit in here for myself. So you can see the front part of the studio is really done. The back here, this is my video production area. That needs a little help, but the coolest part is I can turn this space, this look, okay, on my whole bunch of switches over here. I can turn off the white lights, and we can just turn on some LED white lights, which just slightly lights things up a little bit, which is cool. We can turn those off and then turn on a whole bunch of 16 color LEDs. So now you can see this is the vibe that I like. Now it doesn't look that great on the camera right now. Maybe we should add a little white lights in here. There, that's a little better. These are the 50/50 LEDs. It's the the model of LEDs. These are much brighter than some of the other ones. And same thing with those. We got the LEDs up here. These are actually 35/28 LEDs. And that is actually a slightly dimmer, I guess you would say not as good quality of an LED. They're just not as bright. And they come in single color, so you don't get these solid colors like you would on these. So these, you get the solid color. On the cheaper, different model of LEDs, you don't. And I did mix it up in this room just to make sure that there's different flavors. So then if we come back over here though, we can turn all the lights on. All of these panels are the same panels that I showed you guys in my Instagram feed. And, when I went through those 6 different pictures of how I actually built these. And they are obviously fully done now. And then the same thing happens over here. So just more of the same. And you can see these. And if we go back here, this is the last one. And then we get to the cloud panel. So this one still needs to be on an angle. I haven't bought the brackets yet. I ran out of brackets, so right now it's flat, but it is doing something. And then we got my 2 cloud panels. These probably have the biggest impact because this is directly over the mix position. The mix position is that blue tape that's right on the ground right there. So if you kind of follow that up, it's pretty much in the middle here. And so you got a full 4 feet over here and another full 4 feet over here, so that when you're sitting and you look up, really that's pretty much dead center. So we got good coverage behind and in front. And then obviously the front wall, and this has finally been fully trimmed out. If we take a real quick close-up look, I cut some more birch strips to 1 inch wide to cover most of the nail holes and some of the, can't really see it anymore, but the staples from the fabric. So yeah, things are really, really coming along. I mean, to the point where I think I might bring my gear in on the weekend. And these panels, I have had so many different comments on these. I love these. I think this turned out really good. Once again, this is some 2 inch wide birch that I ripped into strips, and because I ripped them cross grain, which all the grains are actually going this way, and because I ripped them across the grain, it makes them kind of flimsy so that I could bend them like this over this piece of pine that I have here. So that is a real quick spoiler. Now, the vocal booth is pretty close to being done, but it is actually not technically done yet. I still have to add all the trim to the vocal booth, and there's a lot of like little details. Like I have these little lights up here. Those will be aimed down on the mixing console and maybe on the speakers that are on the walls. And yeah, so besides that and some like little things like this, some wiring I gotta finish, it's pretty damn close to being done, minus that back section there. I gotta build some quadratic diffusers and some of the diaphragmatic absorption, which I'm not really looking forward to building because it's gonna be a lot of work. But that'll really finish off this room, and at the very least I can start mixing and producing and mastering tracks again. And that vocal booth should be done in realistically by the end of next week. Okay, so there you go. That's like the little sneak peek into True Sound Studios. Now, if I turn this camera around, you guys are going to see that the studio is way further along than that now. And soon I'm going to be releasing a video on how I built my mixing console desk, how I built the brand new meter bridge, how I built the new center section, all the racks. There's so much more to come. And very soon, this studio will be done and I can get back to some of the how-to videos, and I can't wait. I just can't wait to, start making some music again. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.